is the Northern Edition. Good evening all. I'm Shashina Rolf-Arcus, and as always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news this evening, the call from hurricane victims for additional assistance heard loud and clear as the government officially opened its home repair program on Grand Bahama today. The initiative aims to provide those impacted with financial assistance through purchase orders. Now, the nation's leader traveling to Grand Bahama for the official launch, where he pledged his continued commitment to the people of Grand Bahama and Abaco.
It will take years, but believe me, your government will be with you side by side every day of those years to ensure that you are rebuilt.
That commitment coming from the nation's chief as he shared with those attending the official launch of the Small Home Repairs Program the significance of this new initiative. The Most Honorable Dr. Hubert Minnis noting that he understands the great financial strain facing residents impacted by Hurricane Dorian. He says the financial burden will be reduced for residents who qualify for the program under these 4 categories.
Residents whose homes were assessed with minimal damage will be eligible for $2,500 in purchase orders. Those with medium damage will be eligible for $5,000 in purchase orders. Those with major damage will be eligible for $7,500 in purchase damage. And those whose homes were destroyed will be eligible for $10,000 in purchase orders.
These purchase orders will be made available for home improvement materials, labor, or a combination of both.
And to qualify, a person needs to be a Bahamian. To own the property in question, there must be proof of residence at August 31st, 2019. The property would need to have been uninsured, and the property has to be in Grand Bahama, Abaco, or the Abaco Keys. And under the program, tradesmen used for repairs will need to be approved.
The nation's chief adding that the materials purchased will have to be from approved vendors in the Bahamas. And here's why.
We want to keep as much money as possible here in the Bahamas. So we don't want you to take your money and run to Florida or wherever you choose, but spend it here in Grand Bahama. And if you can't or don't want to spend it in Grand Bahama, Nassau will welcome you. That will help all businesses here in our islands. We also want to make sure the money spent is used for home repair.
50% of the purchase orders will be dispersed upon approval, and once inspection is complete, the other 50% will be given.
My government pledges its full support along each step of the way for this restoration. We came to government to help people, and be assured we will help you all. This small home repair program is directed at helping Bahamian people get their homes back to normalcy. We are a resilient people. Together, we can build back better, and we can build back stronger.
The Prime Minister and a delegation were also taken on a tour of the new Small Home Repairs office located at the Harold de Gregory complex. Now, persons in need of assistance are asked to register online at www.DERELICT.bahamas.org or visit the Grand Bahama office. Residents in Abaco can visit their local office on February 17th, and the New Providence office will be opened on February 24th. Well, the Prime Minister will deliver his first national report for 2020 tomorrow, February 11th. The Prime Minister will provide an update on the post-Dorian reconstruction program in Abaco and Grand Bahama. Major topics to be covered in the report will include updates on social assistance, electricity service, home and school repair, small business assistance, and debris removal programs. Now, the nation's leader also adding that a major announcement will be made as well. The national report will be carried on ZNS TV and radio beginning at 8 p.m. Switching gears now, the University of the Bahamas engaging in a joint project with the University of Miami by undertaking a study of a number of businesses in Grand Bahama and Abaco as to what might be done to make them more resilient in the face of storms like Hurricane Dorian. Executive Director of Government and Public Policy Institute at UB, Chirago Lang.
Kinds of operational things could be done to the business so that it doesn't have as much impact from a storm, and also how it can recover more quickly from a storm. And so we will build these case studies. We will take the case studies and we will transform them into a workshop that could be presented to businesses throughout the country to help strengthen our economic resiliency in the face of climate change, in the face of storms like we would have faced with Dorian.
Vice President of Graduate Business Programs at the University of Miami, Herbert Business School, Patricia Abril, and Business School Professor Alex Nemeyer say the purpose of the trip was to really understand the needs of their partners so that they are able to assist and come up with solutions. They're hoping that it's a project that can continue for many years and not just a reaction to the current situation.
Really learning about from the affected parties, you know, what the many layers and the complexity of the economic and the social situations has been invaluable.
It's been eye-opening to see the connectivity of the economy. A small fishery company that was financing fishermen, and so kind of the chain reaction throughout the economy, and kind of with things being damaged here, everybody being really affected of the entire population. And so we will do our very best to what small difference we can make.
In other news, while the island of Grand Bahama continues on the path to recovery, there is another concern emerging. It is the pileup of damaged vehicles creating an eyesore in some communities. Tonight, our Italia Hall talks with a local mechanic shop about this growing problem.
Hundreds of cars were destroyed when flood waters from Hurricane Dorian made its way inland. Some 5 months later, damaged vehicles can still be seen alongside some streets like Queens Highway. Ken Motors on Queens Highway has been in the business of picking up and disposing derelict vehicles. Manager Dave Atkinson says following Hurricane Dorian, they received between 400 and 500 cars. He admits that there has been a slight challenge.
There's been a lot of people up there clearing out all the cars that they've been having sitting around in garages or at their homes, and so they've been flooding us with a lot of cars. The problem we're facing is that we got flooded here also, so all our major equipments are gone, the crusher, the loader, the bobcat, so it's been hindering the process of being able to move around the cars and facilitate getting them exported. So that's the situation we face right now. So ourselves personally haven't been going out pulling in a lot of cars, and other record drivers have been coming dropping off cars, which we have asked them not to because it creates a problem for us. Because we don't have the equipment to move them.
Atkinson shares the process involved once a vehicle is in their possession.
Once it comes in, we go ahead and process the vehicle, remove the tires, and with cars you have non-ferrous and ferrous materials, so we separate it to take out whatever items need to be separated from the car. Then we go ahead and crush it. We then load them onto trailers, which are then exported. Over the last 5 years, though, we haven't been able to export any cars because of the shipping lines that are available to us to facilitate shipping out the cars. We normally need at least a 45 to 48 foot trailer to ship the cars to make it feasible.
He says he is aware that cars are being dumped in the Queens Cove community, something that he's opposed to.
There's a problem. There's a lot of cars all over. And like I said, since the hurricane, because people had cars that they always had the idea that they were going to get them fixed, but after having the flood, it really don't make any sense trying to repair them anymore. It'd be too costly, and you'll always have an issue with that car. So it has become more of an urgency for different communities to get rid of their cars. Unfortunately, it's not able to move as fast as we would like because we're not able to handle the load at this time.
Atkinson says they expect to get a new crushing machine soon, which he hopes will eliminate the overflow of derelict vehicles. Italia Hall, ZNS Network News.
In news from the crime beat, 33-year-old Dwayne Belizaire was convicted of murder in the Supreme Court this week. Belizaire was on trial for the murder of Margaret Smith that occurred at the victim's home in Seagrape on Valentine's Day in 2017. During the trial, some 24 Crown witnesses and 2 defense witnesses were called. Late Wednesday, the jury delivered a unanimous guilty verdict. Sentencing is now scheduled for April 30th.
Coming up in the news, we are continuing our Week of Love series at the Pier 1 restaurant, Amatalia Hall. More details straight ahead.